Everybody say that.
You lied too.
Right. Hey, Shalom. The ISUPK, this is the Wednesday night law class. ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. We can open the class and no questions. And let me know if there's any. Right. I don't even know. Let me know if there's any questions online. If y'all got any questions online, type them in. If not, we just gonna move on. Let me see. Cue up the. You know which one I want, the crawfish.
You want that one first?
Yeah, give me that one. Nice and juicy. Give me a crawfish. So of course, we still in a pandemic. I talk about it every damn week, really, because there's always something new that's coming out. We'll talk about something one week, then the next week, or the next 2 weeks, it'll wind up coming out or whatnot. So I like to go into it and touch on the topic a little bit. Of course, if there's any questions or y'all want to go into something else, y'all could just let me know. We could do it. But until then, it's probably going to be a subject for quite a long time just because of the news that's coming out. And I think it is very important for us to hear about it and for it to be talked about. So, of course, we're going to start off with a little quick story. Reason being, because I actually spoke about this a few weeks ago, or probably like a month and a half ago. I spoke about this. And then now articles is coming out more and more about the seafood and the coronavirus, which I said that it's hard for them to detect the coronavirus in seafood because it can live with it. It can live with it in it. So, you know, it's just hard. So you might be eating a crab or something and it got the coronavirus in it, but they still gonna sell it to you because they can't detect if something wrong with it. Because it got the coronavirus, it still function natural and it still live natural. It's still, I mean, there's no way they could tell or whatnot. And of course, they ain't gonna waste no goddamn money trying to find out if the food got it. Their way of finding out is they wait till you eat it. And when you pop over the coronavirus, they gonna say, oh, you must have got it from here. You must have got it from here. So we're gonna go into the first story. You got it?
Yeah, kind of.
If you could pull it up on the screen too, so they can see it. People online can see it too, because they definitely need to see this.
100 people at three. 100 people at 3 Louisiana crawfish farms diagnosed with coronavirus and first workplace cluster.
Say that again.
100 people at 3 Louisiana crawfish farms diagnosed with coronavirus and first workplace cluster.
Now, you don't think that as they work, like I worked in a food factory. You don't think they in there eating it? They get all the free crawfish they want on the job. They in there eating their crawfish. And then 100 of them at 3 different locations been diagnosed with the coronavirus. Not to say that it could have came from the crawfish or they bought it there. You know, I'm pretty sure the story gonna go into it and talk about it. But first was what was the name of the farm? Not this one, the Tyson.
The Tyson and the Smithfield.
Tyson and because of their workers, damn near half of they were the coronavirus. And then now this crawfish, which I don't know why anybody would even eat that. That is, I went to a buffet one time and seen how you eat it. Like, I think you gotta suck on it or something, and it's, I don't know. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, it's kind of so heavy because I always thought, and even now when you realize this, crawfish resemble cockroaches, and then when you do the research, they're in the same family. So you just
And the shrimp.
kind of. So when you eat that, you eat an underwater cockroach.
Right. It's just like you got hyenas, dogs, that's all in the same family. So then you got like everything on this earth every animal on this earth come from a certain family. And they tell you that in Genesis too. But even if you want to look outside of the Bible, science will tell you that every animal come from a family. Cats, lions, all that stuff come from the same family. Of course, over time, because evolution, that's how we get dogs. Like dogs as of today didn't look like that thousands of years ago. But because of evolution and mixing and breeding, that's how you get dogs as of today, which is they breed in hyenas and certain animals, because you can't have no damn hyena as a pet. They ain't gonna kill you one day, no matter how domesticated you got it. But so enough breeding and training, you get a dog, which is gonna listen to you, won't turn on you, and it'll protect you forever. It's the same way. So you got bugs on Earth. You got some bugs that walk the land, some bugs that's in the water, like roaches, cockroaches, water bugs. All of them here for a certain purpose. And then you got the same things that's in the sea, which would be the shrimps, which would be the crawfish. They all bottom feeders. These things is meant to clean. Like if you take all the crawfish and the shrimps and stuff out the ocean, then the ocean is going to become unsafe for the fish to live in, because they can't swim around in their feces and all the germs and bacteria and diseases that they live with, and they got to fight off. Without these certain things and certain fish, without them being in the ocean become unsafe for animals to live in. So you need stuff like this. So when you eat something that eats the disease and bacteria of other animals, why wouldn't you expect to get sick? A lot of people think because they can eat 100 crawfish and don't get sick, there ain't nothing wrong with them. But not understanding that as the body, digest these things over time, it start to break you down. Because when your body starts to realize that it can't process what you putting in it as if it was some chicken or something, that when your body break down chicken, it actually help your immune system, help you get stronger and help you get healthier when it breaks down chicken. You putting crawfish in your body, it ain't breaking it down the same way. Over time, your body it's like a car, you putting the wrong oil in. Your car might operate for a certain time until you put the oil in it, then the car might be like, all right, this is the last time you put this oil in it. It don't belong to me. It's the wrong oil. Then it's going to break down. And the body is the same way. Over time, you keep putting this stuff in your body, it's going to break down. It's going to break down. I still remember my mom went to the hospital. This was years ago. My mom went to the hospital. She was having issues. And she was having real bad health issues. And the doctors and all that ran some tests. And even my grandma, they came back in, and the first thing they said to them was, you got to stop eating pork, or you have to leave that alone. That's what's killing you. Like, you might not know it, but that's, like, doctors don't even eat pork. And that's the crazy thing. People don't even understand. Like, doctors do not eat pork because they understand what it does to the body. Like, the doctors that know, and them little health sciences doctors and all that, they won't even eat pork. They won't even eat it. They come in, hey, you got high blood pressure, run down your diet. Like, I thought I had high blood pressure, and I called my doctor. And he was running down stuff. Hey, are you eating this? Are you eating this? Get rid of this out your diet. Get rid of that out your diet. And he was asking me, running down the list of things that if I ate, and pork was on the list. Hey, do you eat this? No. Okay, all right, because I was about to say you got to get rid of it. Because they even know that over time, putting this stuff in your body, it breaks it down. And then you wonder why you 80 years old and you in a wheelchair with a fat ankle that can't even fit in your damn shoe. Ever seen them old ladies that be in the church with the fat ankle that can't fit in the shoe? that comes from all that pork from all them years. Right. So go ahead, read a little bit of the story.
Yeah, come, sir. Around 100 people at 3 crawfish farms in the Acadian region have tested positive for the new coronavirus. State health officials said Monday, the first workplace cluster announced by the state since the outbreak began. The Louisiana Department of Health declined to name the 3 crawfish farms, citing active, evolving, protected investigations.
So they didn't even want to name which farms it was because of an investigation. The reason being is because they don't want people to stop eating from these farms. And 9 times out of 10, these farms supply all of Louisiana. So they don't want the farms to lose business. So they trying to investigate, basically, it's saying to see if they got it from the food or if the workers bought it inside the building. But go ahead.
Following, the LDH is declining to name these private businesses. Spokesman Ali Neal said, "We have to continue to work with them to prevent further spread of this illness and to ensure workers understand where and when to be tested."
Say that again, read that again.
The LDH is declining to name these private businesses. Spokesman Ali Neal said, we will continue to work with them to prevent the further spread of this illness and to ensure workers understand where and when to be tested.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
The first outbreak discovered by the state led to broader testing of asthmatic people. Belia said 2 other crawfish farms were later to have cases. The Acadian region has recently experienced an increase in new coronavirus cases, and the Louisiana Department of Health said that it is monitoring the increase and said it's due to work site outbreaks.
Work site outbreaks. Work site outbreaks. So meaning there's outbreaks on all these work sites that they starting to notice. Go ahead, read. That was it? All right, get me, I wasn't even going to go into the scriptures yet, but I have to after this story. Get me, hold on, let me see. Bear with me real quick. So, let's see, second address. Fits in. I hate when I'll number these drawings sometime. 1527. Second address, chapter 15 and 27. That's what I want.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 27. For now are the plagues.
Start at 24.
Verse 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. Verse 25. I will not spare them. Go your way.
A little louder.
I will not spare them. Go your way.
So the Most High is saying, woe unto them that keep not my woe unto them that sin and keep not my commandments. He will not spare them. He said, go thy way. Read.
Ye children, from the power, defile not my sanctuary.
Ye children, from the power, defile not my sanctuary. Read.
Verse 26. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction.
The Most High know everybody that sin against him. Like a lot of people think they doing it in secret, or a lot of people think they doing it because and God know their heart. So they good. It's just this one time, or I'm doing it now, but eventually I'm gonna get right. God don't give a damn about that. He knows everybody that sinned against him. And he going what? After that sinned against him?
Oh God. And therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction.
He going to deliver you until death and destruction. When is he going to deliver you until death and destruction? Anybody? When is he going to deliver you until death and destruction? Go ahead. I know, but like at what point? He already said the people that sin against him, he going to deliver them until death and destruction. Yeah.
That's like I said right now.
All right, maybe I'm Not saying it right. Hold on. All right, got that. Hey, when is the most high breaking point with a person? Go ahead.
When you continue in that sin after he told you.
Not to. He told you not to. You continue into the sin. So at what point is he going to punish you? You sin, right? He tell you not to. Then you keep doing it. Before it was you sin and you die right away. Now you sin, he tell you not to, and you keep doing it. Then what run out? And then they gave it to you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You got it? His mercy, sir?
Yeah, but it's another word. Go ahead.
Oh, grace.
Yeah, the grace. When the grace run out and he get tired of it, and he just say, all right, it's time. Because he understand this is one thing. You got to remember, Satan is pleading with him, trying to prove a point. Listen, just let me do this to him, and he ain't going to follow you no more. He only doing that because everything going good in his life. Lord, like, all right, let me see. Go ahead and prove it. Satan come back like, look, told you he was going to do it. He lost his job. Now look at him. Back selling drugs. I told you he was going to do it. Oh, might be like, all right, give him a little bit more time. Nope. He a little bit more time. What do you need a little bit more time for? He already proved me right. And the Lord like, nah, listen, give him a little bit more time. Then when the grace run out, all right, go ahead, kill him. Go ahead, kill him. And who do we send to kill him? Jediah?
Angels?
What kind of angel?
Evil angels.
Evil angels. Say that in the book of Psalms.
Right.
It's in evil angels. Why are they evil? Because they're, to you, they're going to be evil.
Right.
To you, they're going to be evil. When it's certain things that happen to a person where they know it had to be from God.
Right. But
of course, like in today's society, they like to blame it on Satan. They like to say, of course, Satan did it, but they don't understand that it was the Most High who authorized it. Like nothing goes on without him authorizing it. Like he got to get an okay to everything. A lot of people like to feel like when something good happened, it was God. When something bad happened, it was Satan. Like God can't make nothing go wrong in their life. But why would Satan is like a god to some people and they don't even notice it. Like the power, the type of power that they give him. Like if Satan has the power to kill your son or kill your grandson, then where's the Most High power to stop him from it? Why would God allow Satan to kill your son or your grandson? Go ahead.
If I go to the precept in Job, when the angel of the Most High came among them, Satan was also among them.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I could, Christians believe that Satan is just working against the Most High. Most High is racing to try to stop him, but they don't understand that Satan loves the Lord more than you do.
Hell yeah. And then they don't, and just like I said, they believe like he would kill you and then God rewards you like, oh, I know Satan killed you. I didn't see him do it. I wish I would have known, but come up here and live with me in heaven. Like, why can't he just stop you? Or when you bleeding on a hospital bed, dying, why can't he just make sure you don't die? Because that's the Most High saying, nah, he ain't, make sure he don't make it. He gonna get shot today at 3 o'clock, make sure he don't make it. So, Satan came to me with some reasonable evidence that he got to die today. Now you out selling drugs after the Most High tried to give you grace, and then you get shot at 3 o'clock, and he like make sure he don't make it. Doctors doing everything they can, and guess what? You don't make it. Why? Because not a bird drop out the sky without the Most High authorizing it.
Right.
Not a bird. Not a bird. Like to everything without the Most High authorizing it, and that's all life. Bugs, fish, everything. That roach you see and smack off the wall, that was authorized. That's why that roach is dead. The Most High authorized it. You ever step on a roach and it keep running and you can't catch it? It wasn't his time. It wasn't his time. The Most High authorized that death. You step on it good and hard, but for some reason, the little crease on the bottom of your sneaker, it landed between that. And then you move your feet and it get away, go up against the wall, you can't catch it. The Most High authorized that. Go ahead.
Really funny story. I remember in my apartment, I was rumbling the dragonfly for 3 hours. I finally called him. I thought I killed him, sir. Around 4 o'clock in the morning, he was still buzzing around.
The Lord was like, nah, it's time to go. That dragonfly gonna live. You gonna have to deal with that sound. You're trying to sleep, wondering why you done hit it 4 times. It just keep getting up. And now it's flying around with one wing. Like, you just gotta open the window and let it free. Like, nah, this ain't his time. Like, and that's for all life. So, you know, a lot of people don't understand that. Finish the scripture where you was at.
Okay. Verse 27. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth.
The plagues come upon the whole earth. The plagues. Like now the whole earth dealing with the coronavirus. The whole earth. Now these plagues come against the whole earth. Mind you, the Most High, he see the people that sinned against him, and he's going to send death and destruction. Now the plagues come against the whole earth. Mind you, he's plaguing the whole earth. Read.
And ye shall remain in them.
Ye shall remain in them. What that mean? The plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. Go ahead.
The plagues will last a long time.
No, what is ye shall remain in them? The plagues come against the earth, and ye shall remain in them. What is remaining in them? What is the them? Go ahead.
Your saliva plagues?
Nope, ye shall remain in them. Did I?
Like, if I could, sir, when the plague does come, you're going to remain in that plague. Like, if you get COVID-19, you're not going to overcome it.
Yeah, like as he plagued the whole earth, you're going to remain in them. The them is the plagues. So whatever the Lord hit the earth with, you're going to remain in it, meaning you're going to stay in it. You're going to have to deal with it. Why? Because you sinned against him and he seen it. So now he's going to send destruction, which one way he send destruction is plagues. Just like I said last week, the Most High pretty much have the same way of how he deal with things, and it's been like that. He knows where to hit it. Like he hit you, and he'll hit your society harder than anything can do. Any killing, bombs or nuclear, or just warfare would do. You know, Esau think he go into a country and slaughter and kill everybody that's doing something. Can you imagine? You've been growing this farm for 6 months. You finally get your crops to grow, and then a bunch of locusts come and just eat everything up. You know how heartbreaking that is? Or to own a farm and then all your cattle was plagued with an illness. Like, you know how like devastating that is to a farmer, because how long it takes to breed and to grow. Like that alone would break a person down. So he knows how to hit you. So one way he always then tormented the other nations is with plagues. And as he, hit the other nation with plagues, every one of us that followed them got it with him. That's why in Revelation it say, "Come out of her, my people, that ye receive none of her plagues." Because when we join unto her, we get the plagues. Like somebody said on one of my Facebook posts about the brother that was jogging that got killed. He was like, "Man, I just wish we all just come together." And I was like, that's why this is happening. Because the world is together and we trying to join with them. Like the world would stick together when it comes to destroying us. The issue is we try to join with them in destroying us. And some of us work with them and do a damn pretty good job at destroying us, and they don't even know it. They set up to continue to do what they do because it has a hand in destroying black people. So when the Most High hit the world with the plagues, all the sinners is going to be in it with him. Read on.
Okay. For God shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him.
So when the Most High send these plagues against the world, you're going to be in it with the plagues, and He not going to deliver you because you have sinned. What is deliver you? Go ahead.
Save you.
Yeah, He ain't going to save you. When you sitting there coughing up a lung, guess what? He ain't going to save you. Why? Because you've been blowing down L's for 20 years. Listen, I remember when Gilly did that I think it's the puff up challenge or something.
Okay.
A lawyer got online and was like, that has to be the dumbest challenge to ever do at this time. Because in a time like this pandemic, you need your lungs. So why is everybody doing the puff up challenge? Because now y'all doing the puff up challenge, taking 10 puffs or something and holding smoke in. When you need your lungs, you're going to wonder why you hooked up to a machine to breathe. And you 25 and you hooked up to a machine to breathe. Because you got the coronavirus. Because you was doing that damn puff-up challenge. Like, that's, a lot of people didn't understand. Like, he was sitting there like, for the love of God, I don't understand why everybody is doing this challenge. You're going to need your lung. He was sitting there talking with the COVID-19. He had it. He was diagnosed with it.
Right.
And he like, it's very hard to breathe. That's why a lot of people don't survive. That's why a lot of people don't survive it. Listen, the COVID-19, you can't say that it's not from the Lord, right? I was just doing research. I just one day just got into a habit of just wanting to research it, right? The COVID-19 carries a RNA. In the middle of the COVID-19, if y'all ever seen it, it's like a little ball with the spikes on it. In the middle of that is something called an RNA. The RNA is covered with proteins and amino acids. Your body naturally needs protein and amino acids. That's what your body produce, especially amino acids. You get amino acids from certain meats and everything, but your body naturally produces amino acids, I think by like 10 grams or something. That's what heals you or help heals you when you have injuries or whatnot and sorenesses and spasms, amino acids. Your body naturally needs that. Your body naturally needs protein, and your body produces some protein. The virus is covered in that. Now, an RNA actually comes from your DNA. So what happens is, as the COVID-19 get into your system, it fools the cells in your system because the cells in your system thinking it's taking in protein. So when the cells think that it's, taking in proteins, it latch on to the coronavirus. Once the coronavirus latch on, it opens up and it starts spitting the RNA into the cells. The cells could fight it off and reject it and not let it in. But it think that it's proteins and amino acids it's getting, and then it's spitting RNAs in it. But these type of RNAs is not this not the RNA that's supposed to be in you, even though it comes from your DNA. You produce this with your DNA. So now as the RNAs get into your system, it start creating more coronavirus, thousands and millions of them, they were saying. Next thing you know, they start latching on all the cells in your body and start reproducing millions of coronaviruses, and that's how it kills you. But the whole strategy of getting into your system, they said they never seen nothing like it. They never seen nothing like it. Like how it's put together, the virus is so perfectly put together. It can't be man-made because how perfectly it's put together. Because a lot of people saying it was man-made. They saying about how perfectly the virus is put together, it can't be man-made. Like something put this virus together so perfectly. That's why it's hard for them to find a vaccine for it, because they feel like the vaccine they find for it, they're going to have to find a vaccine for many different things that the coronavirus is made of. And they even still skeptical about that because they thinking a vaccine might mutate it or enhances it. Because they this thing is so perfectly put together, like the way it latch onto you. And it's a virus that's built up everything in your body, but it comes from an animal. Like it's built everything that you naturally produce in your body. That's what this virus is made of. But once it get into your system, it turns into a virus and kills you. Like it disguises itself until it gets into your system. That's why your body freely lets it in. That's why they say when you exposed to it, your body will freely let it in. Like, oh, it's helping. So that's from the Most High. Like he know how to perfectly put something together like that to make sure that I don't give a damn how many scientists you got working in the lab. You're not going to be able to figure this out. And it's not going to be a vaccine or antidote for it. Like a lot of people think so. Like it's not going to be. It's going to be something probably like the flu, a flu vaccine where you could get the vaccine to prevent getting the flu, but you can't get rid of the flu. Like the flu is always going to be around. And that's why they say, which we're going to go into, pull up now that I'm about to get on that topic, the mystery strain that they found. Every week they finding mystery strands. Like that's what's making the vaccine so hard to be made because every week or two, they are coming up with more strands of the coronavirus. Like out of the blue, they find it. Remember the first one we went into was the blood clots, where it produced blood clots. We went into that story a few weeks ago. Then about 2 weeks ago, we went into the story about how it was producing, what it was producing in the kids. We went into it, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago.
Blood clots. Blood
No, it was
clots and
inflammation. Remember they were saying that the average person that catch the coronavirus was 60 or something. Now it's another strain out there for kids, and it produced inflammation in the kids, and it was killing these kids left and right. So it's just like new strands, just popping up. Like China reopened, and then a mystery strand popped up with the coronavirus. Now they tried to ban the eating of wild animals, but the virus is already out there. You can ban eating of wild animals all you want. It's done. Like these mystery strands is coming from all them damn mystery animals y'all eating. They go dig in the ocean and pull out fish that you've never ever seen, and they go find animals that you've never ever seen before and just eat them. They be like, damn, what's that animal? I don't know. Let's see what it tastes like. Right. A penguin. Why would you eat a penguin? Like I actually looked that up and see a penguin is strong as hell too. They actually use it for the scales or something. Like it started for them just taking the scales, and then they just one day just said, let's see what it tastes like. Now it's like a delicacy. Like it's a famous meal to eat in China. Like you just get this strong ass animal, use the scales, just use the scales for clothing, whatever they use it for. Once they got the scales off it, they seen how juicy it looked and said, don't throw that away. Let's see what it tastes like. And then you just eat it. Like even a bat, what do you see in a bat? Bat don't got no damn meat on it. Like even them eating it, it's like eating a damn skinny boneless chicken or something like that. Or I don't know. It's just like, what do you see in them animals? They just gotta eat. They like kids. Everything they touch, they just gotta put in their mouth. So it's like, oh my God, look at that pretty bat. I wonder what it tastes like. Let me eat it. Like what the hell would possess you to eat a pangolin, whatever the hell it is? Go ahead.
I could, sir. That's slow.
Yeah. Mongoloids. Goddamn slow. Like just to see an animal and be like, oh my God, that's a pretty animal. See what it tastes like. Like I seen this one video where they was killing the cow. They killed the cow, gutted the cow, threw the cow away and kept all his heart, liver, intestines, and hooves, all that, and just ate that. Threw the meat and all that away, and just ate the hooves. They was eating this. They was eating the large intestines, and I think a cow got 2 stomachs or something like that. They was eating stomachs. 4. They was eating the stomachs, the heart. Like, why would you throw the meat away and just eat that? Like I don't know, man. Is there any more on that scripture? Read on. I think it's a little bit more. My phone picked up everything I just said and just wrote it down. Go ahead.
Verse 28. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. Verse 29. Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many.
All right, that's going into something else. All right, you can give me that the story.
Malaki said it to me.
Send him what?
think about the penguin.
Oh, about the pangolin, whatever it is. Yeah, I
That's
see.
what with the cow too.
Oh, and the cow, right? And the video I seen of the penguin, it was ripping down the wall. I don't know if y'all seen it. It was ripping down a cement wall, like it was digging its claws in it, and was pulling the wall down. Boom. The penguin is a little strong ass animal. And I googled penguin meal. Like, it ain't like they chop it up like in the meat, make it look like General Tso's chicken or something. Like, they serve a whole damn one on a plate to you. Like, I'm just like, man, that is crazy. But go ahead.
You want the story?
Yeah. About the mystery strain.
Come. Mysterious new coronavirus outbreak hits China. 108 million now back into quarantine. No, now back into lockdown.
Yeah, every time, listen, China opened up every week, and then within 2 days, they back on lockdown. I don't know why they keep doing it. Remember, they went 1 day without any new cases because they was on lockdown. They was going to people's houses, checking you if you had a fever. They had put you in the quarantine, hospital jobs. Like, the whole China went into like a state of emergency where they was just, give me some more strong, where they was just, checking everybody. Yeah, he can get this spot. But it was, cause I'm gonna need you to read. But they was checking everybody for it. They went into lockdown, was happy, opened up. 2 days later, had to go back into lockdown. Like, and it's crazy because the most I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna put it on hold. As soon as y'all come outside, I got something weird for y'all. Go ahead, read. It said penguin.
China has increased fears of a second wave of deadly coronavirus infections after 2 cities were placed under lockdown.
The second coronavirus infection. Remember, they were saying for a minute that it's going to be a new strain that's going to hit by the summertime. Because remember, everybody was saying that they should open up by the summer because the virus can't live in heat. Now it's been nice out and it's a virus that can survive in heat. Because to even think about that is idiotic because they don't have to survive in heat. It's surviving your damn body. Like, it don't make no sense. The coronavirus is going to live in your body. Like, that's all. It get transferred. And they live on surfaces for a few hours. So even if it's in the heat, it still takes time to kill it. And then you just better hope the surface you touch don't have it on there by the time the damn heat kill it. Go ahead.
Okay. Chinese officials have imposed quarantine restrictions on 2 cities in the province of Jilin, located in northeast China. Jilin is part of a wider province located in Dongbei region, which is home to around 100 million residents. The threat level in the area has raised to high risk of health authorities.
Yeah, they've been putting cities on lock since this thing happened. And it's just, like, I forgot who said it, but one of the mayors or something said, we just got to deal with this just as it comes. Like, we just got to go by day, just how it comes. Like, this is just something we just can't put a time on. Like, we just can't say, all right, we're going to open up this time because by that time come, it'll get worse. Like, I know Philadelphia in the last few days, they had like a few hundred new cases or whatnot. Like this, and they, for the love of them, they don't understand why this is happening. Like, they don't understand why this is happening. Read.
Health officials have identified 2 emergency hospitals to treat the suspected spike in COVID-19 infections. Around 40,000 residents in the city of Jilin and Shulan have been tested for coronavirus after officials were alerted to a possible new outbreak.
Yeah, like they went into lockdown and they not understanding how they got a spike in it. Because the virus is here. Like, they can stop eating all them crazy animals all they want. It's here. It's here. And it lives in everybody different. Like, they could they say 2 to 14 days. That really don't mean nothing. Because that's just like an estimate they given based off of the numbers of statistics of people that have been walked in the hospital or whatnot. and how long they had symptoms. So they really estimating 2 to 14 days it can, live in you or go without symptoms or something. But that really don't mean nothing. It could be in you for like a goddamn month or something before you even know it. Because from what I seen, they say around like most people that died around like the 18th or the 19th day they had it. That's more than 2 weeks. It's like 2.5 weeks. So it's, it's just different. Go ahead.
In Shulan, all villages and residential compounds were sealed off after a similar outbreak of COVID-19 cases lasted.
Any questions online, type them in. If not, we're just going to move on. Go ahead.
In Shulan, all villages and residential compounds were sealed off after a similar outbreak of COVID-19 cases last week. The city quarantined 8,000 residents after 18 cases were detected since May 7th. Residents are only permitted to leave their homes for essential reasons in a 2-hour slot every other day.
That's funny.
Schools, public places, and public transport were forced to close. In the past 24 hours, the Jilin Health Authority reported 5 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Jilin, located near to the eastern borders with Russia and North Korea.
See, they shut all that down. Everything possible. People traveling, and they still get new cases. They still, because this thing move in the wind. Like they don't. Every time the wind blows, it's in the wind, and they don't understand that yet. Like they just can't comprehend it. They think, oh, he sneezed, he gonna get it. That thing is just out there floating in the wind, and it's going. The Lord is up there like, give it to him, give it to her. Oh yeah, definitely give it to her ass. Give it to her too. Like he's just up there operating, just having fun with it, and everybody. Remember the lady who was sitting in her. Never left, never went nowhere, never even came in contact with anybody. And she got sick out of nowhere. So she got so sick she had to go to the hospital, and they told her she was diagnosed with coronavirus. She couldn't understand how because she never left her house. Like she was in her house for a minute, never left her house, never even came in contact with anybody. That's because the moment you pop that window open to get a little bit of air, swoop, right in there. Go ahead, you had your hand up?
Yeah, if I could, sir, we're so happy about what you're bringing out. Is that I look at what America does and the restrictions they do, saying, okay, they're gonna partially reopen. China did a full shutdown multiple times, and they're wearing like full compression suits, and they're still getting it. And they enforce, oh, you don't have a mask on if you come in the store, it's Uber. And they act like it's the end of the world.
Yeah. Remember China living like on Monsters Inc. Remember on Monsters Inc.? They wear the suits with the sock on them. COVID-19. They jump on them. Right. That shit don't mean nothing. Go ahead.
And if I could, this article came out at the right time because, last week, the devil was like, well, it comes from China.
Right. It comes from China. She's like, why would you say that to me?
The new strain comes out.
Mm-hmm. All new strains gonna come from China because they eating the craziest thing.
Right.
Like they eat everything.
Right.
Like if you think about it, every nation really have some crazy stuff that they eat. Like we the only ones who have a set law. Like even the fact that black people love fried chicken. Like they just love chicken for some reason. Like to the point they make it like a proverb. That's a black thing. Fried chicken and watermelon. Because we always ate that.
Right.
Like frying chicken is in the Bible.
Right.
Like it tells you how to fry chicken. Like that was always in our culture. Like and certain stuff just is stored in us spiritually that we still do to this day. And that's why we look at like even before this outbreak, everybody, I ain't eating from the Chinese store because they sell cat and they eat cats and dogs and all that. But these are the same people that'll tell you if you pray over it, you can eat it. But they refuse to eat cats and dogs. Why is that? Because spiritually they know you're not supposed to be eating that stuff. Go ahead, Dad.
Salakia says, Salakia, wasn't inflammation a curse in Deuteronomy?
And ask him what the scripture verse. But I think I know what he's talking about. Let me pull it. But was somebody holding the scripture? No, you was reading the story.
Yeah, come.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Come. On Monday, the National Health Commission said there had 6 new cases of the deadly virus in China, including one in the city of Wuhan, which is widely thought.
Oh, and he is right. Salaki, real quick. Yeah, it is. I know 28 and 22, Deuteronomy 28 and 22, and it's in Leviticus. A lot of this stuff, inflammation, it's a lot of stuff that it's like a curse or illness the Most I'll put upon you as a punishment or something. But go ahead, read on.
Including one that is in the city of Wuhan, which is widely thought to be the origin of the disease. The NHC said 3 of the 6 new cases were imported. The imported cases were all in the northern Chinese region in the inner of Mongolia to the west of Jilin. The total number of coronavirus infections in China currently stands at 82,960, and with the death toll at 4,634.
Damn. Listen, is there any juicy part in that story? Okay, let's get to the juicy.
China continues to be the center of the worldwide storm after U.S. President Donald Trump threatened to permanently halt funding from the World Health Organization. Trump suspended U.S. contributors to the World Health Organization last month and accused the organization of promoting Chinese disinformation about the coronavirus. Said
as if America ain't doing that same damn thing. Shows you them being hypocrites. Like America know the earliest they can open everything back up, and they just won't tell us because they fear of a revolt. They know if they come out and say, "Hey, the earliest we can open up is September 2021, 2022," the people might go crazy. So they be spiking the little numbers. An article just came out that I seen where they were saying that a lot of the numbers from a lot of states that they handed into the CDC is false. Like a lot of the numbers they giving in, a lot of them trying to lower their numbers because they want to open back up because they tired of the people protesting and whatnot. But America doing the same thing, just as China lying about their numbers, America doing the same thing. He acting like it's, just, oh my God, they lying about numbers. Nigga, you doing it too. Like, they ain't doing nothing different. Read on. That was it. All right. Get me Ecclesiastes and Ecclesiasticus and Apocrypha 5 and 7.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord.
Read that again.
Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord.
What that mean? It's like about y'all. Can you hit me one more time with somebody says? What do that mean? Make no tarry to turn to the Lord. Somebody say, the sweet tea. Go ahead.
Make no peace, don't waste time.
Yeah, don't take your time. Don't take your time to turn to the Lord, which we always say, because a lot of people, especially when you run into like an old friend or a cousin or something, an old school, somebody that you went to school with, you might say, "Hey man, what's going on? I'm still over at the school." Like I seen his brother, he told me, he was like, "Yo, I know if I want to get in contact with you, that all I gotta do is go to 41A every Monday. I might not know whatever days you in there, but I know for sure you're gonna be there Monday." And I'm like, "Well, why don't you come?" He like, "Nah, I got some things I gotta get right first." What the hell you gotta get right first? Like, you not gonna stop smoking weed and then come in here. Like, that's not how it works. Like, a lot of people think that, okay, I got a quit date in my head. I'm gonna quit and then I'm gonna come in. Like, you're not gonna stop doing it. And once you come to the realization of that, then you're gonna walk in here. But I try to tell them, like, you're not gonna stop that. If you waiting for that, then you're never gonna be in here. So don't take your time turning unto the Lord. What's turning unto the Lord?
Keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yep, doing what he tell you to do. Don't waste no time. Don't waste no time doing it. Because what? Read.
Okay. And put not off from day to day.
Put not off from day to day. What that mean? Mm-hmm.
Talking about, yeah, bro, I'm gonna come to class tomorrow. I couldn't make it with you. I'm gonna come Friday. I'm gonna holler at you on Wednesday, brother.
Yeah, don't put it off. Take your time. Because something come up that didn't come up. You just saying it because you ain't expect to see me, and then you saw me. And I'm like, yo, what happened? I ain't see you Monday. Nah, man. I had to save. I was on my way there, and I had to save 10 orphans from a burning building, and that took up all my time, and I had to jump from. Nah, nigga, that ain't happening. You just was sitting at home and just couldn't and this how I know too, because even being in the truth sometimes is a hassle to come to class. Like sometimes you might be laying there and be like, what time is it? Before you know it, you wake up, it's 8 o'clock. You're like, all right, bet. You go to sleep 5 minutes, wake up, it's 6 o'clock. You're like, dang, felt like I was asleep for 5 minutes. Where the hell time go? Now you gotta be to class in an hour, which means you gotta leave in the next 10, 15 minutes. You dragging yourself like, you gotta pull it together to come in here. Like we know it's a hassle to even walk in here when you in the truth sometimes. Hard to pull yourself together and just, damn, yeah, that's right, I gotta do this today. It's like to even fight those demons to just come, that's hard. So I know when you're not in the truth and you just giving me an excuse. To me, it's always, I don't give a damn. Oh yeah, I had my such and such died. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I know you just made something up. Like that's how I look at it. Like you just made something up. Because I know when I first started coming, how hard it took me to just walk in here every day. Especially if the weather bad, it's just like, that's a good enough reason, man. It's pouring down raining. I'm gonna travel in that type of weather. And I just still made a way. It still made a way to come.
Right.
I remember it was snowing. I remember a few years ago we had this bad snowstorm. I called. Is it still class today? Yeah, it's still class today. All right. They told me it's class now. I gotta go. And I didn't want to. It was snowing bad out there. It was a good chance if I would have came. This is what I was thinking. If I come to class, it's a good chance I might have to stay there for like a week because that's how bad it was snowing. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to stay there for a week. Just muscle my way in there. Like, I mean, sometimes that's what it takes. So don't put off day to day coming up with excuses on why you ain't come. Because what?
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth.
And when is the wrath of the Lord going to come forth? I'm thinking of a precept. Go ahead.
When grace run out, sir?
Nope. That's a good one, but Christ said it. Wrath will come forth. Go ahead.
I'll come as a thief in the night.
Yep. It's going to come as a thief in the night, meaning what? Go ahead.
He gonna come at you unawares.
Yep, you ain't going to expect it. Like, you don't know when a thief going to come, because if you did, you would stop it. But a thief come at night because you don't expect it. Like, that's how it's going to be. Like, you never know when he's going to come, so you shouldn't waste no time turning unto the Lord. You shouldn't waste no time getting into the classes, learning what you got to stop doing and what you got to start doing. The more you waste time, it might be too late. It might be too late. You might say, all right, I'm going to go tomorrow for sure. I'm going to go tomorrow for sure. That's when I'm going to stop smoking and I'm going to go tomorrow. And then or I'm going to go, it's Monday. You might say, all right, I'm going to go Thursday. I'm going to go Thursday. And then you die Wednesday. Like, you never know. You planned on going Thursday, but the Lord probably said, you waited too long. He going to die today. Make sure he die today. He gonna have a heart attack. Make sure he don't survive. The angels gonna say, "Come on, come." They gonna come right down. Doctors gonna do everything they can, and the angels gonna be pull the plug. Me, you ain't gonna know what the hell happened. You know, it come like a thief in the night. You're not gonna be expecting it. That's the type of pressure we need as a people because we've been so rebellious for so long. Without that type of pressure, and if you give a bunch of procrastinators time to procrastinate, they never gonna do it. Like you can't give sinners time to want to get themselves together first. It ain't about you. Because what the scripture says, I'm paraphrasing, Most High say, you didn't choose him, he chose you. So who are you to give a time where you going to turn yourself and give your life over to the Lord?
Right.
You nobody. He don't need you for real. He could kill you and somebody is going to replace you. He's going to do exactly what you did. So who are you to say, all right, I'm going to finally give myself over? Nah, now you're going to die. Nah, who the hell are you? You nobody. He picked you. You didn't pick him. You didn't turn, everybody got in here because the Most High chose them. You woke up and said, oh man, I need to find God. That was the Most High choosing you. You didn't choose him. You nobody to him. He don't need you. He don't need you. Read on.
And in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance.
Perish in the day of vengeance. The day that the Most High get you back, you're going to perish. And your security, you're going to be destroyed. You're going to think you secure and you cool. Oh, man, give me another day, brother. I'm going to come next week for sure. You think you good. You know how many people I heard say, I mean, I don't be doing nothing really. But that's what you think. How do you know what you're doing if the Most High approve of it without you learning about it? You don't know because you don't go nowhere. And just like in James, thou don't murder, but thou commit adultery. You still a sinner. Like just because you don't murder don't mean nothing. So how do you know what you're doing is not the Most High ain't looking at it like, he's just sitting at home minding his business, not doing it. Nah, it might be a different story. Is there any more on that?
That's the end of the verse.
That's the end of the verse. And that, all right, and get me Second Ezra 16 and 36. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, sir.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16
Hey, Shalom, sis.
and verse 36. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake.
Yeah, that's the law, sir. You good.
Verse 37.
Go ahead, read it again.
Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the God of whom the Lord spake.
The word of the Lord receiveth. Believe not the God whom the Lord spake. Who are the guys that the Lord speak of? Give me some more. Go ahead. Baal, but it's Baal definitely one of them, but it's two of them that I'm looking for that he spoke of. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ, Caesar Borgia, Rock.
No, all right. In the scriptures, actually a precept.
Something about rocks and like serving rocks and stones.
Yeah, the wood and stone. That's who we speak of. The Most High. To read that again.
Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe
Receive
not-
the word of the Lord. The word of the Lord that you receive. This is what he told you to do. Read.
Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake.
Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. God, the Lord definitely did speak of Baal. He spoke of Baal, and he spoke of the worship of wood and stone. And he told you don't believe it. Why he tell you don't believe it? Because a lot of people think that those wood and stones in particular actually speaks to him. They actually believe him. They actually believe him. And he say don't believe him. How do they believe him? Give me some examples. Go ahead.
They pray to it.
Mm-hmm.
Expect your prayer to be.
And when they pray to it, what happened?
Nothing. Are you talking when they be falling out and stuff all over the floor?
No, like, all right. They get on their knees and pray to the cross. And how do they believe it? You ever hear somebody say, like, I just seen somebody post this on social media, right? and I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny, right? My slave, right, was giving out grants to anybody who was an employee, a grant for the coronavirus thing, right? And some girl had filled out for the grant and got approved. Went on Instagram and had a whole thank you, God. God is good. Oh my God. And he looked out. He know I needed this. This wouldn't have happened without the grace of God. And the first thing I thought was, do she not know everybody gets approved when they fill out for it? Like they're not going to not approve you for it. All you got to do is work at the job and you're going to get the grant. So she prayed, she's saying, that she get the grant, and she wound up getting the grant and think her prayer worked.
Right.
When no, you could have not prayed and still got the grant because you work at the goddamn job. What sense does that make? That's them believing in the gods the Most High told them not to believe in. Like she got down on her knees and prayed, please, I just filed this grant. Please just let me get it. And then in 2 days she got it and she went ranting on the internet happy that she got it.
Right.
You could have been a devil worshiper and still got that goddamn grant. It didn't matter.
Right.
You had your hand up, sis?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when they claim money and stuff like that, but they do stuff to get the money, like overcharging people for tithes and stealing them.
Right, and they think that came from the Lord. Just like Jennifer brought out. You're just going to be broke in a week anyway. You got the grant, and the issue is you think that since the prayer worked the first time, you're going to blow the money and pray again. and get it again. But they only give out grants one time. So when you pray and go for that grant, now Satan blocking your blessings. Now Satan is blocking your blessings. No. You simple. That's all. Read on.
Verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack.
Read that again.
Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack.
The plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Meaning what? What is the plagues draw nigh? Go ahead.
Nine means near, right?
Yep.
So the plagues are happening.
Yeah, the plagues is near you. The plagues is here. And they not slack. Of course, everybody get that. The plagues ain't slacking. Them plagues is doing their job. The plagues is doing their job. You wake up every day hoping that it gets easier, and just to be disappointed to say, God damn, 700 new cases? It's only been 16 hours. What the hell? God, yeah, them plagues is doing their job. That coronavirus is doing its job. It's creating new strains. It's mutating. It got scientists scared. They like, damn, we don't even think a vaccine won't work. You know how heavy that is for them to be scared that to even make a vaccine for illness? Because it might not even work. Like they even got something for HIV where they saying that they can make the strands so small it can't even be detected in your blood. So whereas though now they saying that they got medicine that can make it so small that you might not even be able to transfer because it's so small in your blood. So you can have unprotected sex and won't even transfer. But the coronavirus, they like, I don't even think I even want to even make a vaccine. That might not even work. We might make a vaccine and make the coronavirus mad. Next thing you know, you growing extra limbs or something. And you come out your house and look like you done got bit by a radioactive spider or something. But read on.
Verse 38. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her wounds.
Yeah, like now it's comparing these plagues to a woman giving birth. Like she in her 9th month giving birth, within 2 or 3 hours of her giving birth, great pains pass her womb. Read.
Which pains, when the child come forth, they slack not a moment.
When the child come forth, they slack not a moment. Like when they had that baby,
Stop, he's giving it to you.
the woman ain't slacking. She's not slacking when she had that baby. She's on her job. She's gonna be willing to do whatever because she just had that baby and she's remembering the pain that she had to go through to bring it forth. So it's just like it's worth it. You made it through the pain. You went through all that. She's not going to slack. She's going to be on top of the job. Read.
Verse 39. Even so shall not the plague be slack to come upon the earth.
And the plagues is the same way. The plagues is like a woman that's not slack that just gave birth. Like just imagine that. Like a woman with a newborn baby, how slack she not. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Nothing. Come on, know what I'm talking about. You gonna be able to do nothing. Like a woman, she ain't gonna be slack. With that newborn baby, that's how the plagues is. That plague ain't gonna be slack. That plague is gonna get the job done. And there's nothing you're gonna be able to do about it. Like it's nothing. Read.
And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
The world shall mourn, sorrow shall come upon it. Like this is the plague that got the whole world mourning. And sorrow shall come upon it every side, meaning every side of the earth is going to mourn. Like every part of the earth is on lockdown. Like I was just scrolling through my Instagram one day. Sometimes I just scroll and just go through the explore page and click on people different lives. And it was people from all over the world that was talking about how they was affected by the coronavirus and on lockdown. Certain countries was taking it harder than others, and every country on the face of the earth was affected by it. And it was people that was living in these certain countries just giving a testimony about it. And I'm just sitting there listening like, damn, like that, it started from China and it's everywhere. Like that's heavy. Like the whole world going mourn because of this plague that the Most High sent upon the earth. Read.
Verse 40. O my people, hear my word.
And the Most High saying, even though these plagues is affecting the world like this on all sides, he said, oh my people, hear my word. Even though this plague hitting, he still tell his people, hear his word. Read.
Make you ready to the battle.
He's saying, look, he's trying to make sure you get ready to the battle. What is the battle? You know, I'm asking the question, like, what's the battle?
I think that's what it was doing, so but Bell's typically money to get something out, right?
No, the battle.
Okay.
He said, make ye ready to the battle.
Bell?
No, battle. Like going to war, battle.
Oh, battle.
Yeah.
The accent.
What's the battle that the Most High telling you to get ready for? It's the plague. The plague, you don't have to go into this plague like a battle. Like, just think about the coronavirus as of today. You can't tell me it's not a battle. You gotta wear masks, gloves, carry around sanitizer, everything. I ordered an Uber and I had my mask in my hoodie pocket, and I just keep it with me because you can't go in those stores without it, especially GNC. When I couldn't go into GNC without my mask, I'm like, y'all pushing it too far now. Y'all heard me talking crap, And now y'all like, we know how to get him.
Put it down.
When I couldn't go into GNC, I walked in the door, they, hey, stop, you got a mask? I'm like, a mask? They're like, yeah, we can't let you in without a mask. I'm like, all right, Esau taking it too far now. I got something for him. So like you gotta be prepared for this. Like it's you just and I carry and like I was saying too, to get back to my point too, right? I ordered the Uber. Uber pulled up. As I'm walking to the doors, I heard. I'm thinking he unlocking the doors. I go to pull on the door. I'm like, yo, the door's not locked, unlocked. He like, you got a mask? I'm like, what? He like, I can't let you in without a mask, so I'm gonna have to cancel. And put his finger right on the button like he's ready to cancel. Like, oh, I'm gonna have to cancel. I'm like, put my mask on. I was like, yeah, I got a mask. He's like, all right. Hit the buttons. I'm like, I get in. I'm like, damn, is that serious? Like, he really was about to cancel my Uber because I didn't have a mask. Like, this thing is a war out here. Like, everything, this thing become a war. You got to be prepared. You got to be prepared to fight it. You got to be prepared to go through it. And to deal with these plagues, the Most High bring forth on this earth. Wow. Appreciate it, sir. So, read on. Is there any more?
Come. And in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
And in those evils, what's the evils? The plagues. Be as pilgrims upon the earth. He's telling, like, when these evil times come upon you, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to deal with them. You gotta be ready to stand strong and fight against them. You gotta be ready to deal with them. The people that's not ready is the sinners.
Right.
Just like I said before, Christians brag and boast about their love for the Most High until they put in a situation to show how much they feel the Most High love them. Like a Christian will clearly show you that the Most High might not have as much love for them as they thought. Like to be as scared of the coronavirus as a Christian would be, what shows you that they lack of faith and they don't even believe the Most High love them. Because if you're covered in the blood of Jesus, nothing can harm you. Right, like the blood of Jesus, what can harm you if you covered in the blood of that's the blood of Jesus. Like we talk about the blood of Jesus Christ. Go ahead. No weapon formed against me. So no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you covered in the blood of Jesus. But yet, we can't open up this Sunday. We gotta have a Zoom chat of everybody. We're gonna have Sunday service. They like to blame it on the government too. The government said we can't open. That's a goddamn lie. Because they can open and have service. Didn't they have it last week or something? They probably open to have Wednesday something. Or some churches are starting to open. We at the worst of the pandemic. So some of them like to blame it. Oh, they ain't open because the government. No, the government didn't tell you had to shut down. You shut down because you were scared. Go ahead.
And like I had to shut down because they're not essential. They knew the program. It's like retail. It's a waste of goddamn money and time. So
right.
They shut down.
Right. They shut down. They're not essential. And what he's saying is so heavy because they go and pull up every excuse on why they're not open. Like, you know how many people need that hand touching their head this Sunday, get them through what the hell they've been through all week? It ain't the same from a webcam video. You touching their head like that ain't the same form. And you stripping people of all that because you scared that the amount of people you might have, and then the churches that did open is only letting a select few in because they scared it might get passed around or whatnot. If I'm covered in the blood of Jesus, nothing can harm me. Like I didn't survive the worst of the worst.
Right.
Like you didn't survive the worst of the worst, and you covered in the blood of Jesus. But we can't open. But don't forget to take down this Cash App. Like that's the first thing pastors made was Cash App. When this pandemic hit, They made Cash App. They made sure. Go ahead.
Good with the crowd, so heavy. Kenneth Copeland made a video when it first came out. He was like, "Don't you stop tithing. Don't you stop tithing." And then when we looked up his net worth, on Black Watch, it said that he made over close to $500 million.
Don't you stop top. If your church is not open, what are they paying you for? Like, what are you covering? We know that the electric companies is not charging people who can't pay it. Everybody is getting reliefs. And if you can't pay a certain bill, you don't have to because of the pandemic. So you close down. What are they tithing you? Like, they giving you your tithes. What is it going to? Like, they won't even have a broadcast on webcam of a Sunday service. If they don't see not one Cash App come through and somebody say, hey, this is me paying tithe, they won't even have service. They won't even have service. So go ahead, read on.
Okay. Verse 41. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away.
Read.
And he that buyeth, as one that will lose.
Read on. I think that might be the end of
Verse 42. He that occupieth merchandise, as he that hath no profit by it. And he that...
All right, that's it on that. You was in what, Second Esdras?
16, verse 42.
Did we go into Baruch 4 and 24? Baruch? Yeah. Give me Baruch 4 and 24. Let's go into that.
Okay. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 24. Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity.
The neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity. The people that's neighbors to Zion, which is Israel or Jerusalem, have seen your captivity. They all seen us in being destroyed. The world is watching us being destroyed. For the coronavirus to start off, black people were so sure that you can't get it because we got melanin in our skin. They were so happy just to find out a few weeks later that we are the most people that's catching it. The coronavirus don't affect no other nation the same way it affects us. And that's for a reason. But before, we couldn't get it because we black. It was a bunch of memes running around and they was just so happy to just post a meme just to find out, like, even the police commissioner came out and said this is affecting blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans more than any other race on the face of this earth. On the face of this earth. Go ahead.
So I think when they try to say cancer, like we don't get cancer and stuff like that.
Yeah, they always come out with a theory on because you got melanin, certain things can't affect you. And then a few weeks later, we be number one in it. Like black people is number one in catching the coronavirus and dying from the coronavirus. And they say it links to the coronavirus affects people with the who have prior health issues. Now, if it affects people with prior health issues, then you know black people are going to lead because we lead in every category: high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attacks, and you name it. Any health issue, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, they lead in the category. So the coronavirus affects people that have prior health issues, then you know automatically blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going to be at the top of the list, when dying from it. But read on.
Okay. So shall they see shortly your salvation from our God.
So even though they see your destruction, they're going to see your salvation. Most High give them both sides. Read.
Which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting.
Like this salvation is going to come upon you as great glory and brightness everlasting. Like they're going to see you glory. And that day when it's time, they're going to see you in glory. Every nation is going to see you. They're going to see you glory. Read.
Verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from God.
The Most High saying, listen, his children, the Israelites, suffer patiently the wrath that come upon you from God. This wrath he put on us, he's saying, listen, suffer it patiently. Suffer it patiently. It's going to be over. But this needs to happen for all the Israelites who is sinning against me and don't think that I see it. For all the Israelites who feel like I can sin against God because he knew my heart. Or I'm saved already. For all you saved Christians and all, the Most High see it. So he's saying, you know what? I'm going to put a plague out there and I want you to suffer it patiently. Meaning deal with it patiently. Just deal with it for a little bit. It's going to be over before you know it. It might seem long, but when it's over, you're going to sit back and laugh about it. You're going to talk about it. Read.
For thine enemy hath persecuted thee,
Your enemy persecuted you. Read.
but shortly thou shalt see his destruction,
But shortly you're going to see him fall. Read.
and shalt tread upon his neck.
Like for once, every now and then, China is the laughing stock of the world. For once, it ain't black people. For once, Donald Trump can get up there and everything that come out of his mouth, he a damn idiot. He say something stupid all the time. But he'll get up there and clown the Chinese like he did in that interview with the Chinese woman. Like for once, we are not proverbs and bywords of the world. Like for once, the Chinese, every now and then you get a little 15 minutes of fame of the Chinese being the laughing stock of the world. Everybody mad at the Chinese. Like the Chinese store around my way haven't been open since the pandemic happened. I haven't been open. Like it's just that people is just not going there now because now y'all started the coronavirus and y'all already sell cats and dogs and like for once they are the laughing stock of the world. Like for once, for a short period of time, every now and then you get little spurts of them being the laughing stock. Go ahead.
It's weird because a lot of people would always say, like, if you come out and say, you know, eat a cat or dog, you eat from that, you eat the meats and stuff. They'd be like, well, it's a good cat then. You know, as long as there wasn't a virus connected to it, they wasn't carrying a fake virus.
Yeah, now they ain't trying to take no chances. This ain't no good cat now. Before it was, man, that was, you eating a General Tso's chicken, you like, yo, that's cat you eating, man. This is some good cat. Now you won't say that now because the Chinese the laughing stock for once. Go ahead.
If I could, to piggyback on what the sister said, I had another sister tell me before the pandemic, before the coronavirus, that meat was meat.
Nah, I'll stay away from her. Y'all get stranded on the island. Yeah. That's what I'm about to say. Y'all get stranded on the island. She eating you. You better not go to sleep. She gonna hit you in the head with a rock, make sure you don't wake up. And she gonna eat you. People like that, I'll be like, all right, if I get stranded, I'm killing you.
Right.
You can't live on the same island with me. You gonna eat me if I go to sleep. I'm killing you. Read on.
Verse 26. My delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock of the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 27. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto God, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you.
Cry unto God. Meaning cry to the Most High and beg him for forgiveness. Beg him to deliver you. You're going to be remembered by him who brought these things unto you. The Most High brought these plagues unto you, and he's going to remember your cry. Read on.
Verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Read that again.
For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
It was your mind to turn astray from God. Like you went astray from the Most High. So he's saying when you return, seek him 10 times more. You got to be more zealous to seek the Most High when you return unto him. Because you didn't went astray. Why you got to seek him 10 times more? Because that's showing him that you really want it. And And the Most High want that from you. He wants you to show that he's not wasting his time by helping you out and delivering you, you know, out of these situations that you're in. So he's telling you, like, listen, seek the Most High 10 times more when you return unto him. You got to be super zealous, man, about the Lord. And he sees it. And that's how he wants you to be. And he's going to deliver you. Read on.
Verse 29. For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation.
The Most High brought these plagues upon us. Yeah, black people are suffering from these plagues the most out of everybody. But the same person that brought these plagues upon us is the same God that brought these plagues upon us, the same power. He's going to bring you everlasting life and joy. It's always, at the end of every plague is always a reward for the people who survived it, for the people who didn't give in. People who didn't give in. Like I seen this Instagram live. Every time I see this, I laugh at it because they say funny stuff in it. But I believe the person in it really felt the way. Let him on live. He say, "I hate God." The guy say, "Why you hate God?" He say, "Because he started the coronavirus." He said, "God didn't start the coronavirus." He said, "Well, if he didn't start it, why he ain't healing the world from it?" He like, God is healing the world. But it's just like, he's telling them like, listen, God started this coronavirus and I hate him for it. Because he's killing everybody. Like every time I see that, of course, further down in the video, it's super funny. They're gonna watch it, but he say something about it. Like he mentioned it. He mentioned it, and it's the Most High is bringing this upon the world, but also his children that's attached to the world is being affected by it. But just know, the same power that brought this plague upon you is going to be the same power that brings you everlasting joy. If you can hold on to the Most High and not give in and just say, damn, if God really loved me, why would he give me this? Because remember, Satan is going to him and saying, listen, give him the coronavirus. Oh, he's zealous and all that. Yup. Talking about he a trooper and the UPK officer. He's zealous until he get the coronavirus. He think he can't get it because he's an officer in the UPK, Lord. Give it to him and watch he flip on him. And the Lord like, all right, let me see what you're talking about. Give him the coronavirus. Next thing you know, you pop with the coronavirus. You like, damn, God love you. Why he give me the coronavirus? Satan go right back to him. I told you. And the Lord like, damn. Kill him. And then you did. Or you can just, like Job did. Yeah, the Most High gave me the coronavirus, but guess what? I want the second, third, and fourth strain. This ain't nothing. What is this? Give me every strain they got out there. This ain't nothing. You ain't gonna get me like this. This is not turning me away from the Most High. And Satan to go back to him. You know what? You was right. You was right. Next thing you know, he got the coronavirus, but living like he don't even got it. He ain't got no symptoms because the Lord is like, I told you, that's your diet. I mean, that's it. I knew what you was talking about. I mean, he ain't got it. Read on.
Oh God. Verse 30. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee.
He that gave thee that name, the Most High gave Jerusalem that name, a good heart. Most High is telling everybody that's a part or that's his children to stand strong. Most High, Satan coming back to him like, you was right. Lord, like, yeah, that's a Bahaya. But I knew I was right. You talking about you give a Bahaya the coronavirus and he gonna not come back to the UPK? You knew what I was talking about. Nah, I know who I'm dealing with. You know, so now it's just like, all right, like people got to understand in these times to stand strong. Like the only people that's getting it is the sinners. Just like I said, like Christians believe in the Most High until stuff like this happened. Now they thinking, maybe when I stole out that store the other week was wrong. So maybe God might be mad at me. So I'm gonna just stay in a house and quarantine because I want to get the coronavirus. Like they start thinking in time of trouble, they start thinking all the wicked stuff that they did. Even though the pastor told them that they was forgiven for it, they still thinking of all the wicked stuff that they did because they afraid to get the coronavirus. They're afraid of getting the coronavirus. Go ahead.
And what's crazy is when you said the fact that you would take the second, third, or whatever plague that happened. What's crazy is when I was in labor and I was happening with him, I really thought I was going to die. For one, because he neglect us, and I was going literally through a lot. My husband was so tired, he passed out, I was falling asleep.
Right.
I'm in there like really feeling like I'm about to die. I couldn't breathe and everything, and I just was like, all I could think of is I'm about to get ready to die. Like it was nothing I could really do about it. I was
Right.
I really thought I was gonna die, and I just was ready to die if I was gonna die. I just was really sitting there thinking about like, wow, my husband's gonna have to try to get the baby name or something.
Right.
Because I was like, this is probably my time. I was like, it's okay for this.
Right. And that goes to the scripture we went into, how the plague is just like the mother. The mother don't slack. You see, she went through all that, and that just made the birth 100 times better. Like, ain't going slack. And that's just how that plague is. The plague is going through it like it's a mother that's about to be near death and survive it and be like, oh, man. And 10 years from now, like, little nigga, you almost killed me. You know that? You almost killed me. Right. You almost killed me. That makes it, right. Right. That makes the bond better. That makes the bond 10 times better. So read.
Verse 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall.
Read that again.
Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall.
Moab, Edom, all of them is very miserable right now. Right now. Of course, Esau still finds some way to dibble and dab, and he want to pull us off the bus for not having masks and try to beat us up and all that. But they're miserable right now. They're miserable. The police force in New York is infected with the coronavirus. The police force is getting it. The doctors are getting it. These other nations are miserable. And even though we're suffering from it the most, these nations that afflicted us are very miserable right now because they don't know what to do. That they dealing with this whole pandemic. They don't know what to do. Some of them saying, listen, let's just reopen and just deal with the consequences. Some of them saying, no, we can't reopen. You know, they are very miserable now, those that afflicted us. Read.
Okay. Verse 32.
You already know.
Miserable are the cities which thy children serve.
Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Is that not the goddamn truth? We just read Louisiana. 3 of they crawfish farms is shut down or investigating because of their workers got the coronavirus. Tyson Farm, and what's the other name? Smithfield. Like all that is suffering right now. All these cities are miserable, are very miserable. Like, and if you realize most of these cities that's being hit by it, like the factories, the foreign factories, is like down south, where it's big time racist. Especially Philadelphia. Think about it. Market Street is called Market Street because that's where they sold slaves. 46 and Market, if you're riding on the L, as you're going into the tunnel going to 40th Street, it's a building on the left side, and that's the building that held the records of the slaves for the insurance. If you want insurance for your slave, you go there to get insurance for your slave. And on top of the building, they got a small boat. That's a slave boat, because that's how the slave masters would know, oh, we got to go there to get the records, because look at the boat on top of it. And Philadelphia, just in the last few days, had hundreds of new cases. So these cities are very miserable, and they're paying because of what they did to the children of God. Read.
Okay. Miserable is she that received thy sons.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 33. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
So shall she be grieved for her own desolation. Read.
Verse 34. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning.
Right. The pride of these cities is going to be turned into mourning. They're going to be mourning because they don't know what to do. They open up 1 minute, open up the beach, 500 new cases. Now they got shut back down. Open up 700 new cases. Then they got shut back down. They said the NBA will lose about 900 million if they don't go forth with the playoffs. Baseball will lose billions if they don't go forth with the season. They are really hurting because of this, and they don't know what to do. They are very miserable because they're like, yo, we losing so much money if we don't go through with this. Even to have the NBA season without fans, they're saying the only way they can do that is if the players take a negotiation, meaning they're not going to get all the money they were guaranteed, because the fans are the reason they make the money off of the ticket sales, the merchandise, and all the stuff that they buy at the stadiums. That's how the money generate. But if they can't have fans there, then they have no money. So now they're stuck in a position where it's miserable to them, like, yo, what can we do? Because we ain't gonna have no goddamn money. So everybody gotta take pay cuts. If they take pay cuts, then we can have a season. If they're not willing to take pay cuts, we gotta pay them, and we can't have no season. So it's stressful for them. Not only we gotta pay them, we losing money because we got no income coming in. Like, everybody is taking a hit because of this. Taking a big hit. Read on.
Verse 34. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning.
The pride going to be turned in the morning. Read.
Verse 35. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
Real quick, you could drop that. Give me, we're going to end it off with 1 Peter 3:17. Give me that. First Peter 3:17.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 17. For it is better, if the will of God be so, that ye suffer for well-doing.
It is better that the will of God is so. Like, it's better for you to follow the will of God. What is the will of God? Don't eat no goddamn pangolin or bat.
Right.
Like, that's the will of God. Don't eat no goddamn pangolin or bat. We wouldn't be in this situation that we in now.
Right.
You know, and people won't be losing their job at the crawfish factory because of the coronavirus. You just don't eat that. Like,
Right.
that's the will of God. Read.
Verse 18. For Christ also hath once suffered for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to God. But being put forth to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit. Verse 19. By which also he sent and preached unto the spirit in prison. Verse 20. Which sometimes were disobedient, when once the long suffering of God waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was a preparing, wherein few, that is, 8 souls were saved by water.
Talking about the story of Noah is giving the example. Like, the same way in the time of Noah, where Noah was telling everybody to repent and telling them what's going to happen in the near future and what's coming, nobody wanted to listen until that day happened, and it was only 8 souls that saved. It's the same as of today. We tell you, stop eating this, don't eat that, you shouldn't eat that, it's against the will of God. What you do, you still eat it, and guess what? You're affected by the coronavirus. Just like the days of Noah. just like the days of Noah. He tell you stop doing stuff because what's going to happen, you don't want to believe him. We went out on the corners every weekend telling you what you should stop doing. Nobody believed us. And you can just imagine how many people probably walking out there hoping we out there looking for an answer
Right.
on what's happening. And just how many people walk into class and a million questions about the coronavirus because they paranoid and they finally want to know how to fight it and how can we get through this. We've been out there for years telling you to stop.
Right.
Years. And then now we had a situation where the scripture said you're going to look for us and we're not going to be out there.
Right.
Now you got to come here. Now you at a position where if you want to know, you can't come out at, on the street corners no more and just stand out there and be a camper. Just come to camp. Now you got to come into class.
Right.
Come into class. The Most High know how to get you into class. All right, you've been out at camp for 4 years now. You never went to a class. Now you got to get to a class.
Right.
You know where we at. We say it all the time. 9 o'clock. And we're going to end it off with that. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Yadalia.
Officer Johnny Oliver, Strongman. That being said, we're in ISUPK, Charlotte 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command General Yohana. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shut themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will record each other. After this 1 period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, the commandment. You can read about this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'ashra is 10th in Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department. Priest fund, free walk for the priest, not mandatory. Whichever amount you like to give. Upcoming holy convocations, as you know, it's the Passover, which is all postponed. Keep up with Commander Johnny Yohana on Black Watch and the weekly videos that he posts during the week. Remind no occupant not walking to check the bulletin board in the hallway.
You can mention the feast of first fruits.
Okay.
Just say, the feast of first fruits is coming up on June 5th, all right?
Upcoming holy convocation will be the Feast of First Fruit, which is coming up on June 5th, and you can read about the slide. The whole picture.
Yeah, just make mention of it, because it's coming up a week and a half or so.
Carnival concert. The Feast of First Fruit, the 15th day of the first month for 7 days. Slide. Feast of First Fruit. From April 17, 2020, count 50 days, only celebrate the 50th day. Friday, June 5th, 2020, start before sundown. You can read about that in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 10 to 22. Remind no occupant not to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, headband, and scarf. And with that, I admire you with me to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat. I admire you. Barak. Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Barak Thumb. Yahweh Star, Church Sisters, Sisters, you're going to stand with your feet at 45-degree angle, right hand over your left. Men of Israel, we're going to give the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat. Admire. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alatham by Shem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Matah, classes.